Okay, now that we're outside, I'm going to show you the basic fundamentals for fielding a ground ball. But before we start, I'm going to show you the equipment. Since we're outside, I have it all with me now. These are metal cleats. These are softballs. This is your middle school softball. It's 11 inches around. This is your high school and college softball. It's 12 inches around. These are bats. This is a composite bat. And then this is an aluminum bat, but in the older days, they just had one layer of aluminum. Nowadays they have this, which is a double wall. It gives the bat a little more pop, which helps the ball go further. Then we have your glove. Depending on your dominant hand, your glove goes on your non-dominant. I do not have catcher's equipment with me. I am not a catcher. And then I also do not have a helmet. So next I will go into teaching you how to field. Fielding can be taught all different ways. I'm just going to stick with the basics. You want your feet shoulder width apart. You want to mentally imagine yourself sitting in a chair. From there, your non-dominant arm will extend, fingers pointing to the ground. Your throwing hand will come over it as if it's a gator, the mouth of a gator. Your hand is here for two main reasons. It's there to protect the ball from popping out and hitting you in your face, and also to secure the ball in the glove. Also, when you do this, instead of your back sitting straight up like this, you want to have a flat back to whereas you can reach to the ground. From there, I'm going to teach you how to field the ball. There's two different ways that are mainly taught, depending on who's your coach and what they believe in. You can come through the ball, like this, or when the ball comes, you can absorb it. I'll show you both. The first one is coming through the ball. Like so. You'll extend your hands outwards, then proceed to your ear. Then your hips and feet will align and your shoulders will align to wherever you throw. I cannot show you any more than that because of my surgery. I'll show you one more time. Go through. Also, a tip, keep your head down and eyes on the ball at all times. If you take your eyes off, you can easily lose focus and get hit. That was coming through the ball. Now I'll teach you to absorb the ball. You're going to bring the ball into your chest, and then everything else exactly the same as before. One more time. Just like that. Now, if and when the ball is hit to you, it's very unlikely that it's going to come right to you. So I'm going to show you the backhand. The backhand, you start from your regular position. You then will cross over, and the palm of your glove hand will face where the ball is. You will then come through it, and then everything is back to the same, to the ear, hip, your feet, and then your shoulders to wherever you're throwing. So I'll show you the backhand. Alright, one more time. Okay, that's your backhand. If the ball is hit to your dominant glove side, you want to first try to move as fast as you can to get back in front of it. So it would be like this. That's getting in front of it. But if the ball was hit with greater speed or further away, you would eventually just have to reach like this. Like that. And then you would then turn, pivot, and line yourself up to throw. If the ball is hit any further to your left or right, you would eventually have to dive. I would be able to show you that, but because of my shoulder injury, I cannot. Moving on from fielding a ground ball, I'm going to talk about fly balls. There is two different positions to be in. You have your typical outfielder who stands in a running position. That way, if the ball is hit short, deep, far to the right or far to the left, they can quickly turn and sprint and chase down wherever it goes. So an outfielder would catch it like this. That is just a little drop step. If it was hit any further, I would drop, turn, and run, and then get under it. Now, because I'm an infielder, I'm going to stick with infielder basics. Before the ball's hit, you don't know where it's going, so you're in your basic stance, feet shoulder width apart, and then then, once there's a pop-up, you camp yourself under it, but I cannot get to that one because I'm slow. We're going to do another. If a pop-up's hit, my feet are ready to pivot and rotate to where I'm throwing. My elbow is slightly bent, that way I can absorb the impact of the ball. My throwing hand, just like when fielding a ground ball, is over my glove to secure it in the pocket. I'll show you one more time. Ear, and then you're lined up. Alright, and that is how you catch a fly ball and ground ball. Some safety precautions to remember is always be properly equipped. Also be aware of your surroundings like fences, brick walls, lips and holes, also the fencing and the warning track as in relation to where you're playing. With all that being said, is there any questions?
Pick me, pick me!
Yes.
What happens when you miss the ball?
There are 9 people in the field at the time. If you miss the ball, it is most likely someone will be behind you to back you up. But if you are an infielder and you were to miss it, outfield is behind you. If outfield then misses it, then unfortunately they have to run it down. So that's what happens. Any other questions?
I do.
Yes?
How do you get a batter out?
There's multiple ways to get a batter out. You can strike them out with 3 pitches. Also, if they don't swing and the pitch is in the strike zone, that can help. Also, if you were to hit a foul ball or to just swing and miss in general. If the batter does put the ball in play, you can get them out by catching a ball that does not touch the ground first, which would be a fly or line drive. Or if the ball was hit on the ground, the defense could then throw it to first before the runner arrives. One last question?
Me.
Yes?
How do you know if it's foul or fair?
Foul and fair are determined by the lines that start at home plate and extend all the way down to the fence. Anything within these lines is fair, anything out is foul. Now, it's very rare that a ball hits the line, but if it does, that is a fair ball. With all that being said, this concludes my set induction video on fast pitch softball. Thanks.